Start small. Learn a lot. Like, go in and do as much research as you can, but don't let that hold you back from like getting started. And I forgot my third one. Join the NBVA. Once you have kind of got things going, and save up to go to Vegas so that you can see us and learn lots at the convention.
I would say start small, like Jen said, but grow at whatever pace you're comfortable with. If you want to go out and find one location a month, find one location a month. If you only want to do one every 2 months, that's the beauty of this business. You can scale it exactly whatever speed you're comfortable with. That's what I think is most important. Also, I really try to be budget friendly in the beginning as well, because you don't know if this is going to be for you, honestly. So before you go out and finance, $6,000 machines, maybe try something that's going to be a little bit more beneficial budget-wise for you to see if you like it, because this business requires you to go out and talk to people. You got to go and ask businesses if you can put your machine in their business, and that's not for everyone. So just find out what's going to work best for you, and then kind of plan your growth accordingly.
Great advice.
Good one. So my advice would be, first thing to do is join the Discord. That would be 100% the first thing that I would do if you're new to vending, because there's so many people in there and such free advice and hours of reading and pictures and a lot of help. Secondly, I would start, if my choice, I would start with mini claw machines. That would be my choice of all the types of vending that I would choose from, just because your return on investment is pretty quick. And you can get some at pretty reasonable prices, and it's a great way to get started, and it's a lot of fun to pick toys. And then other advice is grow slow. Don't get too overzealous, because it's definitely worth it to buy a machine, pay it off, buy another machine, pay it off, and work your way slowly instead of too quick, because you can get yourself neck deep pretty fast and all the excitement. So, and then last advice would be 100% join the MBVA, because I think that's the best group of people and in the industry that are going to help you a lot. So those are my things.
Just like Jen and everyone else made the advice, start small. See how you do, feel it out. And I love Jen's advice. If you got a certain company that you like to work with, keep going. That's what I did. I personally like importing my machines because I can get a whole bunch of them for a smaller price. Like, I can pretty much roll them like way faster than ordering in States. So that's my advice. And one last thing would be have fun with this career, because this is one of the coolest jobs I've ever had. And my 5-year mark is coming up here in September. I've been doing this for about 5 years now. And I still wake up, and my wife and I, like, we give each other high fives. Like, we just went out to eat. We were servicing a location today. And after we got done, we were like, can you believe it's almost been 5 years and stuff? And we gave each other high fives. Look at us. I can't believe this is our career. We get to do this every single day. And there is a lot of work behind it. And as you grow, you become more dependent on doing research and doing bigger stuff. If you start out small and you stay small, it's a fun side hustle. But as you get bigger, it is a lot more work, but it's still fun. So enjoy it, find out if you enjoy it, and enjoy it with your family too.
Hey guys, it's Jonathan from the Howard Hospitality Group. God, I love David. He's the best. He cracks me up. And joining me this evening for another weekly Vending Live is Matt from Galaxy Games 843.
What's up, guys?
I was waiting for it. I can listen to David talk all day long. Like, he is just, and that's exactly how he feels. He loves the business. He loves what he does. And he has a blast doing it. And I just think I couldn't say it better myself. I just think that, the vending business and overall is just, it's an amusement business. It's super fun. So anyways, welcome to another weekly Vending Live. Welcome everybody. I see there's a lot of people in the chat already. And yeah, so how was your week?
Actually, I had a great week. It wasn't very vending heavy, but I did have a great week. I did a little bit of vending stuff. Obviously, we went to our top secret location because We have to go there every week to fill up those machines. Like I said, I really wish I could show everyone that location, because it's like it just crushes all the other full line locations I have, and it's the one I can't film at. So there's that. The other thing I did was actually I did two other things vending wise. So we didn't do a whole lot of vending stuff. We went to the mini arcade at the flea market, got everything topped off and ready to go. This coming, actually starting tomorrow, as funny as that sounds on Halloween, is the first night of our county fair. And the county fairgrounds are located directly next door to the flea market, and they actually share part of the parking. So this weekend and next weekend, the flea market will be jam-packed. I'm going to avoid that area, going to the flea market at all costs, because once you get in, you're stuck there for like a couple hours, because the traffic's just going to be ridiculous. So I had to make a repair to one of the machines, that White Claw machine that we have there. That's actually pretty popular. It went down, and it's kind of funny because like I thought somebody, just because I was looking at the security cameras, I thought maybe somebody just unplugged it, because people have been known to mess with the machines there. It's an unattended location. So I thought maybe somebody just unplugged it. So I show up at the location. I'm like, I look in the back, I look in all the plugs. I'm like, no, it's still plugged in. So all right, I'm like, all right, well, let me pull the machine out. Maybe the power supply died or something like that. So I grab the machine to pull it out, and I start pulling it out, and it comes to life. I'm like, okay, something's weird. So I opened up the machine. Here, the power switch on the inside was going in and out, going bad. So I had to bypass the power switch on that. But I thought it was pretty funny, because it was doing like a little dance. Like I'd like shake it a little bit, it would come on, and then I'd be like, okay, we're good, and then it would go off. And it was like watching one of those videos, one of those viral reels where like a husband's messing with the wife, you know what I mean, with the light switch or something like that. It was pretty funny. So luckily we got that cleared up, we got that fixed. It's all good to go now. That location's ready for this weekend and next weekend, and then we'll probably go back and film the video from that location after that. Nice. The only other thing I did was I topped off the ice cream and candy shop, made sure that was good to go. But yeah, we're wrapping up October tomorrow.
I'm telling you, man. So just so everybody knows, Jen's got a really bad cold. So she's been sick for the past 3 or 4 days, and she's not getting any better, she said. So she said she may pop on tonight and say hi, but she didn't. It depended on how she felt, because she's been, of course, you know how Jen is. She's still doing her route, still doing everything, even though she's been sick. So she's like, I need to really just kind of stay home and relax. And so we'll see if she pops on. David's actually at his new location tonight, so he didn't know if he'd be able to join us either. And it looks like since he's not here, unless he goes home and logs on, I'm not sure we'll have him with us either. But that's where everybody is tonight. Those of you are asking where they're at. The one's sick and one is very busy. So what he's done with that place, which I'm sure next time he's on, he'll show everybody. It's pretty awesome. He's got a really cool Japanese theme going on in there, and the lighting and everything is just, he's done an amazing job. So it looks really cool, but he's been working really hard. So our week has been really crazy. Those of you in the Discord know that we got machines delivered on Monday, and we had to go down to actually receive all those machines. So there was 20 Mega Minis that showed up, and probably the best delivery we've had in a really long time. They were on time. They called before they came. I even called and asked them, can you give me the guy's number? And she goes, well, I can't really give out the guy's number, but I'll have him call you. 10 minutes later, he called me, which I thought was cool. And he's like, I'm in about an hour and a half out. But he goes, but when I'm 20 minutes away, I'll call you. Sure enough, 20 minutes out, he called us, showed up. And we always tip the drivers. I don't know if everybody else does that, but I feel bad making them wait, because we really inspect our machines when they show up. So we unbox them and unwrap them and check everything and make sure there's no damage. And so Natalie tipped him right when he showed up, and he's like, you guys don't have to do that. We're like, well, we're gonna make you wait. And he's like, that's fine. So he stood around for like 10 minutes. He's like, I can't just stand here and watch you guys, so I'm gonna help. So he just started unboxing the machines with us and hanging out, and her mom brought him out some water, and it was just like we had a really good time. And the machines, I have to say, I had a moment, and Natalie will tell you, like, I almost cried. Like, I hadn't seen our wraps, like, on a machine in person yet. You know, we ordered some Fiesta wraps and some Surf's Up wraps and the Alien wrap and a few others that we wanted for our locations. And they look amazing. And seeing them on Photoshop and designing them, but then actually seeing them in person are two totally different things. And I seriously, like, I'm getting goosebumps just talking about it now because you don't know how they're going to look. And when they showed up, like, they wrapped them perfect. I mean, they all lined up. It just looked so good. And so, I had to stop.
Obviously, let me cut you off for just 1 second.
Sure,
obviously,
sure.
You shared some pictures in the Discord. Are you able to bring up some pictures here so that everyone watching the stream?
Yeah. Let me pull. Sure.
I think you're right. Really seeing them come to life like that probably is way different than seeing them as you created them in Photoshop or wherever. And I just think you got to show those off, man.
Yeah, well, and like I said, we didn't really know, how good they were going to look. And I was really careful, about doing, what do you call it? Like doing the, to make sure that they were the right dimensions and that they fit and that everything was large, like not pixelated and stuff like that. So here they are. So let me pull them up and I'll share my screen. So let me see screen.
Let's take a look at these things.
So let's see where we at here. Okay, so we'll start here. Actually, that's weird. Where's the... So the one middle ones. Oh, there they are. So here's... Okay. So which is weird.
On the U-line.
Yeah, it came in a U-line truck, which I thought was unusual. That was the first thing I was like, that's kind of weird, But there's the guy. And he was so cool. And he goes, and he wanted... It's funny, too, like, those of you who get machines delivered know that, like, they don't really know what's inside of the boxes, So when he was sitting there, he's like, well, what's inside? And we told him, he was like, really? And we're like, yeah. He goes, oh, that's cool. And so he was, like, kind of excited to see it, And so he was... Whoops, let me pull this up here. There we go. Okay, so that was that. Let me pull up the other one. So... They came in a box, which those of you who get them shipped from China know. Let me pull up the box so you guys can see. So they come in these giant, so there was 2 giant wooden boxes because there's 20 machines, and each of them had 10 machines in the box. So they come, and the guy was super helpful. I helped him unload, them from the truck and stuff, and he was just super nice. And so here's the machines so you guys can see what they look like. But so here, to give people an idea, so this is the standard Rainy wraps that you get for free. Like if you order from her, you can choose these standard ones. There's robots and monsters and a few other ones that she has, but these are the ones that we did, and I can't believe like how clean they look. Like they just turned out so good. And it's really neat too, because like if you don't want to put a credit card reader, here you can just leave the little sombrero right there, or when you put your credit card reader, then it goes over the sombrero. And this is the Surf's Up one. But they you can look at the banners and stuff, and then the new ones that are coming. Like if you look on our website, this actually it says find the key to win the prize above on the new versions of these, which when you guys go to our website, you'll see those. But we ordered these before I changed it a little bit. So now they'll actually have the same kind of wording that are here. Let me go, let's pull up some other ones. But I just couldn't believe, so we ordered some Howard Hospitality machines, which I'll pull those up, but this is the top. So if you guys are looking to get custom wraps or custom toppers for your machines, Rainy only the minimum you have to order is only 4. So like if you guys are looking to do your own stuff, it's crazy. So we ordered 10 of these, but we only needed to order 4, and we designed it ourselves, and she created them with the wraps, which I'll show you the wraps here in a second. But it's really, it's pretty awesome. So here's the Alien one, so you guys can see, but look how clean it looks. Like they just look like so nice, and everything is just really, really nice. But here's our Howard Hospitality ones that we ordered. We did a black and white, and then our logo's on there, and we did in the area we did, what do you want to say? Landmarks of where they're going to make them fit into the area. And then we did our logo in color. But they just, I don't know, guys, I'm telling you, like, doing your own custom stuff is the way to go, because then it's your machine. And I'm trying to see if I can find, I don't know if she took more. Well, that's more of a close up. I think that, oh, it's got Natalie and her mom. So you can see them in the picture. That's a funny shot. But you can see, like, how
Natalie looked. She's like,
she was like, I mean, because, everything we unwrapped, it just got better and better and better. And I mean, you look at these photos and they're just clean. Like, they just look so good. So anyways, we got those delivered on Monday. We're going to talk about the new claw stand here in a little bit, because we have some giveaways to talk about tonight too. So let me get back to our normal screen, but we'll talk about those. But so that was our big day on Monday. And then Tuesday we decided to go walk around, and we actually got our first location down there. So it was just awesome. I mean, it was a great trip, and we got back just a little bit ago, and we had a great time. So we did that.
So let's talk about that new location that you landed there in your new spots. What kind
Can't
of
say what it is
location?
yet.
Tell us about. Okay, you can't tell us.
I can't say what it is. It's a
Can you
very.
tell us about the experience of walking in?
Yes, I can, because that was the best part about it, is that we went down to this area, and it's a downtown area, and it's an outdoor, like a shopping complex is basically what we got. And very busy, and very touristy and very busy, which is really cool. But we went down there to find Natalie a hat. She wanted like a sun hat. And so we were walking down there because it was really sunny down there, and she burns like crazy. So we went down to find her like a big hat that she could wear. And so we were walking through this place, and I never would have thought that we would have got something like this, because it's very well known. And so I said, well, let's at least go by the office, and then you can get a card or a number, and then you can send them an email and maybe introduce us or whatever. Because we weren't really trying to pitch. That wasn't the goal. But we rang the doorbell because the door was locked to the management office. And then she took a picture of the phone number on the door, and we were about to leave, and this lady walked out. And Natalie went into like full on presentation mode. Like, I said 3 words, I think, the whole time that we were standing there. And she basically said, hey, we're here because we have a business opportunity. This is what we do. And the girl was like, well, I'm the marketing person, and this is amazing. She's like, this is so cool. She goes, we do a big Christmas event coming up. We'd love to have you guys at that, in there with Santa Claus and the whole deal with that. And then, we have some areas here where I think it would look really good. She's like, can they go, outside and as long as they're under a cover? We're like, yeah, as long as they're not getting rained on, they're fine. They should be okay. And she goes, well, it doesn't rain very much, so it should be okay. And I'm like, okay, and so, yeah. And so Natalie just nailed it. She pulled up pictures, because we didn't have like our, usually we use an iPad, or not an iPad, but our tablet that we have. And she usually pulls up pictures and stuff. And we didn't have any of that. She just had her phone. So she was showing her on her phone, and nailed it, landed it like that. And so I'm going back down in a couple weeks to place them. And the lady's very, very excited. And we already have Christmas plush and stuff to put in it. And so, yeah. But yeah, it was really cool. So that was a big excitement for us, because we weren't expecting that to happen, and we weren't really going down there to do that. So that worked out really good. And then,
Jen,
our whole
is in the comments. She says, is really the secret, not so secret weapon.
She is. Well, and she had on her new hat. She had a really cute outfit on, and she just looked fantastic. And she just. Well, because you talk to Natalie all the time, like, she has a way of talking to people where you just listen, like, you're just engaged in everything that she says. And me, I'm not. Like, when she turns it on, it's pretty fantastic. And I was very, very proud of her, because I said 2 words. I said, yeah, they're very popular, and, I'm sure that would work or something. And that was pretty much it. Everything else she took care of. So she is. She is our secret. Her and Amelia are our 2 secret weapons for sure. And so Namco says your microphone seems a little low. So let me see if I can bring you up a little bit.
You turned me down in testing tonight, so maybe
let's bring you back up. Yeah. Well, there
What
was a
that could
red thing. Let's see if that helps. So if that's yeah, I turned it
Can
down
everyone
because it
out
was
there hear me
red.
better now? Let us know in the comments, guys. Does that sound better?
Yeah, see if that helped. And so then we're in this whole full line debacle thing going on. So we've got, which you talking about not being able to film. Um, you know that we're teaming up with another vendor who's in the Discord locally, and to do this full line partnership with him. And so as long as he's okay being on video, we're going to be doing a lot of videos together because we have to install credit card readers on all these machines. We have to set up the menus. We have to we're probably going to have to do some, like the shims and stuff in the machines and all that to get these
Yeah.
set up.
Yeah.
So we got a lot of videos that we can shoot as long as he's okay being on camera, because he really wants to learn how to do all that. So maybe we can film it and show how to do all that and stuff too. So mine is loud and distorted. So let me turn mine down a little bit. Let me turn the volume down on this. See if that helps, guys. Let us know.
Well, I think everyone would agree that they would like to see some Howard Hospitality Group videos. So do what you
Yeah,
can.
I can, and I think that those are the kind of videos we like to do. The ones that can help people get stuff set up. So let me know if that helped on the microphone. It looks like it's peaking. That's probably why. Let me turn it down a little bit. Check 1 2. Might be a little better.
Check 1 2.
Okay.
Check 1 2.
Check 1 2. So that's been our week. So we got those received, and now we're going to go place a bunch of Pepsi machines. And I don't know if people deliver their own. Do you deliver your own machines, or do you have somebody help you deliver your machines?
So it depends. It depends. I've done 3 different ways. So I'm getting a new location right now in a warehouse, and I'm having a Dixie Narco 501E. In fact, I got my notification that it shipped today, so it should be here in a couple days because it's only coming from North Carolina, so it's pretty close. That one is going directly to the location, and it's a warehouse. So the beauty of having a warehouse location is the guys there, they're going to receive it and they're going to set it in place for me. So all I literally have to do is go in,
Oh wow.
make my final changes to it, and then just fill it. So that's going to be easy. I've also had scenarios where it got delivered here to my house, and I've had moving companies move it for me in place. Which, if you find a good local moving company,
That's
and
what I was
you
going to talk
use
about.
them, often, you can get some really good deals. The last time, I want to say I paid like $140 or something like that
Wow,
for the move, which that's, in my opinion, I thought that was cheap. So
that is
when
cheap.
they quoted me 140, I was like, can we do it like today? like
Yeah.
when can we do this? Like, let's sign up for that. And then the third option is, have some buddies help you load it into a truck or onto a trailer and then deliver it yourself, which is my least favorite way to do it.
Well, we found out, like a lot of people watched me the live stream last week. We found out that we acquired all these locations from Pepsi that are getting out of the vending business. They're not going to be doing it anymore. But in the process of that, they had to pick up about 80 to 90% of the machines, and then we have to order new ones that are going to be delivered to our warehouse, and then we've got to deliver them to the location. So actually it's not 80%, it's more like 60, 50, 60. So we're about 25 or so machines that we have to deliver ourselves. So I was talking to the guy we're partnering with, and I'm like, I don't want to move them. Like I just don't. Like that's a lot of machines, and I'm old, and I get,
And drink machines are so freaking heavy.
well, and I've watched the
Way
Pepsi
heavier than
guys
snack
move
machines.
them for us in the past, and they know what they're doing too. Like I didn't know, they've got a way, like which learned a trick where like you can't get them through doorways. Like if you open the door and you slide it in,
The accordion side,
the accordion thing, and I'm like, dude, because I was like thinking I had to take the door off the machine, and they're like, oh no, we do it this way, and so they know what they're doing, but we don't, and I don't want to break my back. So I think that it's. So he's saying, I'm looking at the microphone comments. So it doesn't sound like peeking. It sounds more like you're talking with something covering your mouth. Huh. I don't know. Anyways,
I don't
what's
know.
going on?
You sound fine to me, but you sound fine on my end.
But anyways, so there's a company called Two Men in a Truck that are near us,
Yeah.
and so they have the liftgate trucks. I don't think they have the kind of dolly that we need, which has the wheels that pop out in the back that they can tilt it back on and roll it. So Natalie's gonna call them tomorrow and figure out how much it's gonna cost and let them know how many we have to move, and we'll go from there. But anyways, so I don't know what's wrong with my mic, guys. I apologize. Maybe something I have to toy with. But yeah, so as long as you can hear us okay, we're fine. Hi, Brawlicon. How are you? I see comments coming in. So let's go back up and see. Do we have
So
any?
I know we started off with a super chat, and it might not show up on this screen's chat, but it was on the YouTube chat that we have not yet acknowledged. So,
Oh, okay. Let's do that.
do you see it to highlight that? There you go. All right, first super chat of the night, just per the usual, Waco's Car Wash channel, Elevators and More. He says, yesterday I got 2 car washes and new wiper blades. That's a big deal. He says this Sunday is also his sister's 19th birthday. Well, happy
birthday.
early birthday to your sister. Very cool.
Jen's birthday was
Thanks
just
for
a
the
few
super-
days ago. So wish her a happy birthday too.
I saw that too, yes. Jen is watching. Happy birthday, Jen. It's finally
Let's see.
21.
So it looks like everybody's just saying hi. No questions yet. Captain Namco said, let's see, let's pull this one up.
Captain Namco says, people are telling me $2 per play is a good idea with prices on machines probably going up in the near future already. Arcades, claw machines are $2 or more per play. What's funny that you say that, though, because most arcades now are using a card system. So the end user, the player, actually doesn't really know how much they're spending, which is silly.
So when we did the fairs, we did 6 or 7 fairs. We had them at $2 per play at the fair because it's at the fair. I don't know if we could get away with $2 per play yet here. I just think people, if we do, I take that back. So we do that for if we have a mini and a larger machine next to it with bigger toys, then we do $2 per play on the bigger machine and $1 per play. But having a machine by itself, we don't do it that way.
I think you're right. I think it depends on a lot of different factors. I think it depends on your location. I think it depends on how many machines are at the location. I think it depends on what kind of prices are in those machines. There's, I think, multiple ways you could be successful at a $2 per play model. But especially if you have a card system somewhere with a card system and multiple machines, it sounds a little more fishy, so to speak, but people don't know what they're spending. And I'm not saying we need to take advantage of people, but that's the reality of the way this business is set up these days. When you go to Dave & Buster's, how much you spend per swipe? 6 credits, right? How much credit equal $1? You don't know. And that's just the way it's set up.
Yeah. Very cool. Yeah, so I don't know if you could get away with that on, maybe in a very expensive touristy area, you probably could, if it's something like that, but I don't know if we get away with that quite yet. I think like going up with bigger next to it, sure, but not on its own yet.
But honestly, we all know how these machines work. You can control the back end rather than the front end. So rather than going at $2 per play and doing 1 and 6, why not do $1 per play and do 1 and 12? And you make the same amount of money technically. I mean, so to speak.
Yeah. I know at the fair we had no issues. They had no problem paying $2 per play, and they knew because they're at the fair that it wasn't a big deal. But we were also running, we did do our minis still at $1, but we had a ton of medium machines and they were all $2. And we didn't have any issues with that. But I don't see it being quite there yet. And I really feel like
it might not work at your local pizza shop or something like that, where you have a single machine.
And we're making good money at $1, and our ratio, we run ours roughly about between 1 and 8 and 1 and 10, and we do pretty well with that. And I don't think we need to increase it. Like you said, if we're worried about our margin, we'll just change the rate or the ratio and fix that problem. So we do buy nicer stuff for our machines. So that's probably why we do so well, is because it's popular. But I don't think we need to go up to $2 yet. I'm sure it will. I know that everybody, nobody runs 25-cent candy anymore. I mean, everything's 50 cents
It's
now.
true. It's true.
Pokeballs
It's
we
true.
run at $1, and they sell like hotcakes. So we don't have a problem
Same.
with those at a
Same. Yeah.
dollar. And you know what you're getting. You're getting a plastic Pokeball for $1, and it's crazy to me. That still blows my mind that it does as well as it does at $1, because what you get in our claw machine, which is a lot. But I guess because you're getting a real, you know, you're going to get something if you put $1 in there. So maybe that's the,
Totally.
you know, the attraction.
So,
But
but what's
yeah.
funny too is, so at the game store, I used to have that old mechanical machine that had a 50-cent mech in it with the Pokeballs, and then I upgraded to the electronic bulk machine and changed the price to $1, and nobody even said a word. Sales never
No.
slowed down. They just paid the new price. Like,
Yep.
even the location joked to me. They're like, "We thought we were going to get complaints. Nobody even made a single peep about it."
My
All
only
right.
complaint is that we haven't found a machine that's at $1 with a mech that we like. We really hate our mechs with putting the 2 quarters on each side, because a lot of people can't figure that out. And even with the sticker on it that shows how to do it, because we got those from vending labels, they still can't figure it
People
out.
don't read
And
stickers. Yeah, they don't read
no,
signs.
they don't read stickers and signs a lot of times. So we don't like that. I wish that there was a better mech, and I'm sure Jen knows. She'll probably put it here in the comments of somebody that makes a good one, because the ones that we
Right.
have just are horrible, and they're failing on us too. So I really hope that somebody comes out with something that makes sense to people to use in those machines, or we go electronic like you, and then we don't have that issue anymore. But yeah, which is really nice. So you wanted to talk about Nyax did their giveaway for the credit
Yes,
card reader.
NIAX. I thought they told me sometime between October 29th and October 31st they were going to draw the winner. I made today's video thinking they were going to draw the winner tomorrow. So in my video, I called out for people to go sign up. Well, the winner has been drawn, and we've got the name here on the stream. We can share the name. I know Nyax has contacted the winner directly. If you haven't checked your email out there, you might be the winner. But let me go ahead and find the name real quick, and I'll
You
share
want me to
at
share your
least the
screen?
person's name. No, because it's got more information
Okay,
in it than
gotcha.
I'm able to share. So
Sure.
the winner's name is Christopher Johnson Stone. So Christopher, if you're out there, if you're watching, congratulations on the new Nyax VPOS Touch credit card reader coming your way. Check your email if you haven't
Nice.
done already. They've given you all the information, and they actually sent it to me in the same email, so that's why I can't share it, about how to claim your device. You're actually going to do it through the Nyax website with a special code that makes it free. That's why I can't share my screen. So I'm not gonna lie. I saw this email. I'm like, man, I could go in there and use that code right now and get a free one, but I'm not gonna do that. But like, why? Like, I'm like, why would you guys send me that code too? But I just thought it was pretty funny. So they copied me on the same email with this person. So, Christopher, congratulations again on the VPOS Touch. Make sure you go claim that prize, because having a credit card reader on your machine is totally awesome.
Yeah.
So again,
Congratulations. Very
congratulations.
cool. And then I have 2 giveaways to talk about that we're doing for the live stream, and so that's pretty exciting. And it's actually more than 2 giveaways. It's actually 5 giveaways, and I'll explain to you what I'm
Five
talking about.
giveaways.
So 5
I think the
giveaways.
most we ever had at one time was 3 giveaways. So we're going to break a new giveaway total record.
New giveaway record going on right now. So what it
New
is
record.
that we've got, for those of you who know about our advertising screens, we're giving away 4 advertising screens. So you could win a 10-inch advertising screen for your mini or larger machine, depending on what you want to put it in. So we're giving away 10 of those. I mean, 4 of those, 10-inch advertising screens. And then we're giving away, which I'll share my screen now so I could show you guys, one of the new bulk claw stands. So for those of you who haven't seen it, this is what it looks like actually in person. You can see the warehouse, Rainey's warehouse in the back, because she builds them for us. But what we've done is taken our claw stand, which you have, which you love, and thank you for doing your video, because it almost made me cry also,
Sure,
because
of
I got
course.
so excited about it. But I did. It's just so cool, to see people excited about your stuff, and you just did a great video. So thank you for that. But what
you.
a lot of people were saying was, the claw stands are wide, because they have to be. They have to be wide so you can't tip them. That's the whole point of it. And so the idea came about to add something to them to allow you to fill up that space that's on the side of it and make it so it doesn't look as wide and that you're using the space. So what they did is we created a bulk cloth stand. So this is the stand with the standard plate, which can do a gumball machine. It could do a 2-inch bulk machine. It could do a sticker machine, like one of the skinny sticker machines. And then we also offer a larger plate, which will allow you to do double gumball machines, or like one of the triple shops or triple times from like candy machines. Like one of those machines, you could put one of those on each side if you wanted to, or even the Rhino sticker machines, something bigger. So you can run 4 gumball machines. You can run the larger machines with the larger plate. So we're giving away one of these, the new bulk cloth stand. So not only do you protect your mini, but you also get to add kind of some variety to your location and more money. So you get to make more money on top of it, which is pretty cool.
I think it's genius. I mean, like, I don't know where you guys come up with these ideas, but like, I lack some of that out of the box creativity like this. Like whose actual idea was this? Like who said
the cloth stand?
Let's take a cloth stand, but let's add another factor to it to make more money. Whose idea?
It was so funny because there's a guy in the Discord, and a lot of people, and I won't mention his name because we talk all the time. But so I got a phone call from somebody that got a cloth stand, and that was their thing was, hey, it's pretty wide, and I'm like, yeah, well, it has to be because it's down to like the millimeter, of like what it needs to be not tipped, and he's like. Yeah, and he's like, well, he goes, it's actually perfect for the location. I'm really happy, he goes, but it's wider than I thought it was going to be. And I said, yeah, and he goes, but man, does it work? And I said, yeah, it's awesome. So I got off the phone and I was talking to Natalie, and I'm like, we need to do something because it wasn't the first time I heard that. And I was like, it is because you could put a larger machine, in that area. But the whole point of the cloth stand was people already invested a bunch of money into a mini. So you buy a $1,500 mini claw machine and you put it on location. You don't want to buy another $2,000 or $3,000 machine to put in there. You want a fix to fix the problem that you're having, which is people tipping it or, possibly theft or whatever. And so without spending a ton of money, you can get a fix for it. And the other thing that people don't know too is if you actually order machines from Rainy, you can get one of these for $150 versus $250. So the price on our website, $100 of that is shipping. Because it's so heavy, it costs $100 to ship it, and that's a flat rate that we got from them. We don't upcharge the shipping. That's just what it costs. And in the U.S., if we were to have these made in the U.S., they would probably cost us about $250 to $300 built. From the quotes I got, and then it was another $150 to ship it. So by the time I would have got these to people, they would have been $500, which is stupid. Nobody's going to spend $500 for a stand. It's just not going to happen. So Rainey was awesome. She created it and built it for us, and then we were able to get a flat rate on shipping from her, which is great. But if you order machines from her, the stand's only $150 because we kept the cost super low. And she just adds it to your pallet and ships it to you. So you don't pay any shipping on it. So that's the best way to get these. If you order machines, is to do it through her and then just add them to your pallet and pay $150. But you can get them on the website for $250, and that's shipped direct to you. And they're built and ready to be shipped. But anyway, so the idea for the bulk came after that phone conversation. And the reason I bring up the gentleman in the Discord is because he is in California also, and he's down in Southern California, and his brain is, it's almost like we are on the same wavelength, like 90% of the time. And so not even like after I got off the phone with that guy and I was talking to Natalie, I'm like, I need to add something to this or change it or do something, like what can I do? And finally this idea came to me, and not even like 3 hours later, I get a message from him. He's like, you ever thought about adding something to the stand to like make it, and I'm like, dude, it's so funny you said that. And then we started talking. So, I think that it just makes sense. It's something that people can add to their location and just make it more exciting. And that was the whole point of it, was to bring excitement, bring variety, make you more money, and then solve a problem. And that's what they do. And like with your location at it's the hot dog place,
hot
right?
dog shop.
It solves that issue, and we're going to be using them at our new location that we got this past couple days because they're going to be they're not going to be watched. There's not going to be like a lot of our locations are restaurants and stuff, and there's always a server around or whatever. But these are going to be out, in the public with nobody watching them. So we need something to protect them. So anyway, so we're giving away one of these.
So it brings me to my next question regarding the claw stand. So are we referring to this as 2.0, claw stand 2.0?
I guess, yeah. We just call it the bulk claw stand, but yeah, whatever you want to get.
Okay. So my question is, will the bulk stands, the arms with the plates on them, will those be available to upgrade 1.0 claw stands? Like if somebody just wanted to buy, if they already have a claw stand and now they want to add this feature, will those be available separately to buy?
Not right now. So what Rainey was talking about doing was maybe putting some kind of knockouts on them, like holes that can knock out where the stands mount. And so for the future ones, basically it'll come with those in it, but you can knock them out and then put the bolts through. But the way that our claw stand works, which is that the screws are actually welded into the bottom of the frame, which is a huge benefit. So you don't have anything underneath that can be damaged or drill. No. So that's the thing is, we haven't figured out how to solve the problem of adding that. I mean, you could do a flathead screw, underneath and have it. So she may have to do like a recessed hole that's punchable or something. She said her engineers can take a look and come up, because I said probably a lot of people, but the goal is that now that this is out, they can just choose when they order it, now that they know that this is available. So then, we've sold quite a few, but it's, going forward, it'll be a lot easier for people to think about what they're ordering and what location it's going into and stuff. And you don't have to use the arms. So I'd recommend ordering the 2.0 or the bulk claw stand, or whatever you want to call it, and then choose whether or not you want to use the arms. You don't have to necessarily. So anyways, but however you want to do it. Totally. But yeah, so we're giving away one of those. And 4 advertising screens, and we're going to give it away. So we're going to talk about it up to MBVA, and we'll give it away in March. So we'll keep talking about that, and then you can enter to win on the Discord. So if you go and you join the Discord, which you should be a member anyways, you go in there and you'll see it'll say Howard Hospitality giveaway. I don't know why he named it that. He should have named it the live stream giveaway, but that's what he called it, Delwick. But there, yeah.
Oh, there it is. It's got a little rocket ship right next to it.
Yeah, it's a little rocket ship.
We've conditioned everyone to find the rocket ship.
Do you have your screen? Can I show you the screen? Or no? Can I share your screen?
Yeah. Let me move to that screen for share. And there we go.
Yeah, there you go.
So on the YouTube, on the Discord, under YouTube uploads, under the welcome, you'll find the giveaway section. It says giveaway Howard Hospitality Group, and it's got the little rocket ship right there. So look for that, and then inside you'll find this link. Just click on that enter button, and you can fill out the form for the giveaway.
So I want to know in the comments, anybody out there, who's getting ready for Halloween tomorrow? Because those of you that know us, I'm a little crazy when it goes to Halloween, and somebody asked me to see photos, so I'm going to pull those up right now because we go nuts. And so let me see if I can. I think Natalie sent them to me, so let me save them. Hold on a second, guys. Yeah. So here. Okay, I have to save them onto my phone and then send them to my computer. So give me a second, guys. Sorry. There we go.
While he's doing that, there's some other great areas in the Discord right now that I think are pretty popular that I'm enjoying my time in. It's the IAPA 2024 section, as well as the NBVA 2025 section. You can find those here under text channels, which is where the general location is too. But if you're planning on attending either of these events, there's a lot of good discussion going on about where to stay, things you're looking forward to seeing. And if you're not able to attend, that's a great place to talk about maybe, hey, anybody that's going, can you take pictures of this supplier's display or something like that? We're Jonathan's going to be there. I'm going to be there. Jen Vens is going to be there. So there's going to be lots of content that we'll make from the IAPA and of course the NBVA show. But lots of great conversations going on in all those categories. So if you're in the Discord and you're interested in any of that stuff, you can find all that discussion in those places.
Okay, they sent it. All right, so
Got
here
pictures?
it goes. Yeah, I got them. So Halloween is my favorite holiday, and it all goes back to me being born in October. And since I was a little kid, all my birthdays were always Halloween related. And so for us, like for me, anyways, Halloween's like I go crazy. And so to give you guys an idea, so these are our 12-foot skeletons. We have two of these out front. So we have the two giant skeletons, and then we have this guy who is like I don't know what he is, but he has like so he's giant. And then in the background, you guys can see there's a 10-foot spider back here too. But we go kind of crazy. We go crazy with the spider webs. So you can see there's another pumpkin guy here. So we have the two 12-foot, the other 12-foot's over here. So we have the spider, our two 12-foot skeletons, and then these two guys. And there's the spider. And then there's the flaming pumpkin head guy. Yeah, it's pretty crazy.
That's
So when you
crazy.
come to it's nuts. So there's the other 12-foot skeleton. And then what we do is, you can't see it yet because I set it up usually tonight. That's what I was talking about. We have a graveyard set up over here on the side. But we go nuts. I put up usually a few more spider webs tonight, and because we don't do a lot of it because it's so windy here during this time of year that I don't put all of them up. But you can see all the spider webs. But we do popcorn, cotton candy. We're gonna set up. We have a magic key that we're gonna set up outside so the kids can play for prizes, and we do it. It's we set it to 1 and 3 and on free play, and we've never had any issues with the kids getting greedy. They just come and they play it, and then they move on and grab a cotton candy. And then we also do full size candy bars. So last year we had a little over 300 kids, I think, that came by the house, which is nuts. So but our neighborhood's pretty busy for Halloween. Yeah. So that's what our front yard looks like. So usually right here we'll have cotton candy, popcorn, and the claw machine usually sits right here on the cement, and then everybody just kind of walks by the front of our house. But yeah, so that's what I do for Halloween. I go a little bit crazy.
It's kind of funny you say you had 300 kids last year. Like, I feel like every year we get less and less kids at my house.
Really?
And I'm wondering, and maybe some of you guys out there in the comments can kind of clue me in on if you think I'm right, but I feel like more and more people, at least here in my area, are taking their kids to the trunk or treat activities rather than going actual trick or treating on Halloween. And I feel like there's so many of those trunk or treat activities in the area that, like, they take their kids to 4 or 5 of them, and then they're like, well, we've got enough candy. We don't need to go trick or treating on Halloween. And I feel like every year we get less and less kids. Does anyone else out there are you seeing that too? I don't know what's
We
up.
grow every year, and I think it's because the word gets out, and then
Well, I
people
think it's
now.
because what you do. Yeah, you're putting on a
well,
show and
and then they
really going all.
Well, we set the giant, things up so people could take pictures in front of them. That's the whole point. And then they post them on their Instagram and their Facebook and TikTok. And then they're like, "Where are you? Like where are you at?" They're like, "Oh, we're on, the street we're on or whatever." And so then I think you get an influx, and so I think it kind of plays off that. But it's definitely it's different every year, but we do grow every year, and I think people just know that this is a house to stop. But not a lot of people do the stuff anymore either. Like, they're kind of lame, Like, we
I
go
want to say
nuts.
too.
But
Last year, didn't you stream some of it? Are you going to do that again this year?
yeah, I don't think I will, because it was hard to do that, and this last year our cotton candy machine, we have our own that there's a funny story about the cotton candy machine too, which I'll tell in a second. But it's got a little ribbon on it that heats up, that melts the sugar, and I went to test it the night before we put it out and it just wasn't working. It wasn't heating up. So we didn't get our cotton candy. And cotton candy takes a lot of time, to make and hand out. And we do some in bags beforehand usually, but
and it makes a mess. It is
oh
so
yeah.
messy.
And my whole arm, it looks like I got spider webs all crawling all over me. And so I
Yep.
don't think I'll be able
Yep.
to do that and do cotton candy and popcorn and everything. And I really didn't get to spend time talking to people and hanging out with the parents and stuff. And that's kind of part of it for us too, is just seeing the kids do their thing. Like I miss out on that part of it. I like watching them play the claw machine, and I like them, doing all that. And we had the cube last year where they play it from above, and kids were going nuts for that machine. We have them all out on location, but we've got a magic key that we're going to put out, which should be pretty popular for them. So it's in between locations right now. That was the one location that closed on us, that boba shop. So it came from there. So we have that here.
Sure.
So we're going to put that out. But no, I don't think I'll stream it. And it's just too much. I think it'll just be fun to just focus. And I didn't get to really hang out with Natalie. And we like to look at the kids' costumes and just talk to people and hang out. And that's what it's about. So, but I really think that those of you who don't do Halloween, I mean, that's super lame. Like the kids, I mean, growing up, I still remember, a house a block over where this one guy always sat in his front porch in a chair, and you knew he was there, but he'd always jump up and scare you every single year, but you knew you had to go get the candy because he had the best candy. But to get it, you had to get the crap scared out of you. And it's like, those are the memories that these kids need, they need to it's just sad. It's sad to not see people or throw a bowl outside with, take what you want. And, come on.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy the changes to the world these days.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Hopefully we things get better.
So we got a few questions in the chat, but the cotton candy story, my dad that's his favorite all-time candy is cotton candy. And so there was a Walmart that is near us. It's like 30 miles away. And they used to have, like, Target has a little area in the front that you can get food, which I don't think they do it as much anymore. Most of the time now it's just a Starbucks. But back in the day, they used to have like hot dogs and popcorn and cotton candy.
I remember going to Target and popcorn and icy like slushy drinks. So like were like the things that get for me anyway.
Well, at this
I
Walmart,
don't remember hot dogs at Target, but I remember Walmart. I feel like Walmart went through other changes too. Like they had the snack bar, whatever. Then they all went to like Subways or something like that.
Well, ours near us now is McDonald's. Is usually all you get in there. They went with McDonald's, and then the Targets went to Starbucks. Is how they changed. But so anyways, every time he would go, because they didn't like the other closer Walmart, they went to this one, which is a little further away, because they liked the people that worked there, and it was a smaller one. It was more friendly. So he always got a cotton candy. Like every time he went, they knew him, like, oh, my dad's name's Ted. They're like, oh, there's old Ted. He wants this cotton candy. It was like that kind of thing. And he went in and everything was gone. Like all the booths were being taken out and all the stuff was in these. So he went to the manager who he knew, and he said, what happened to the food and the cotton candy? And he said, oh, we're eliminating all that. We're not doing it anymore. And he's like, well, what'd you do with the cotton candy machine? And he goes, oh, it's in the back. He's like, you want it? And my dad's like, yeah, I want it. And he's like, okay. He goes to pull around the back. And so my dad pulled around the back, and he called me so excited. He called me on the phone. He's like, you never guess what I got. He was all excited. And so we turned it on and it didn't work. So come to find out, I guess one of the employees like turned it on too hot and burned it up. But you can replace all the parts. So we bought the parts, and him and I put it back together, and it's been great. But you do need to replace certain parts every now and then. So we have a new ribbon for this year to heat everything up, get going. We tested it last night, and it works great. Or not last night, but before we left, we tested it. It works good. So, yeah, we're excited. So cotton candy is really, I mean, the kids, their eyes they get so big to see it like being made. And I just think it's kind of a Halloween-y thing, because it looks like spider webs. So it's kind of like it just fits the theme, and so we like doing it. But please do something for the kids.
Like tufts of it fly up in the air, and it looks like I said, it's a giant mess. If you've never made actual fresh cotton candy from from a real cotton candy machine, you don't know what I'm talking about, because it just makes a mess, but it's a fun mess.
Yeah, it is, and it's. I like doing it, and I have fun with it. And to me, it's there's a guy that's on TikTok. I don't know if you've seen him, and he's got the crazy big hair, and he makes like really cool like flowers and really cool stuff. And
I've seen. I don't remember the big hair, but I've seen the flower videos and stuff like that. Yeah.
yeah, it's pretty neat. Okay, so let me get back to questions. So here we go. Oh, here's a
Yes.
good one. This should be.
This from Comp Magic, 27 people here, only 2 likes. Smash that like button, people. Yeah, like I noticed like the viewership is way down tonight, and I'm guessing people come in and they say, "Oh, it's only Jonathan, Matt tonight. No Jen, no David. I'll come back next week." That's got to be what it is.
It is. People
So
come for Jen
definitely
and
Jen,
David.
get well soon because we need you back because apparently Jonathan and I can't get the job done over here.
We're not cutting it. It's so true, you know. So okay, next comment.
Oh, this one's so tiny, man. Let me make my screen even bigger.
Let me make it bigger. Hold on.
I don't know. Can you do that? Oh, that's better. That's better. Okay, this is
How's
from
that?
5 a.m. Ivan. He says, "Going to buy a claw stand soon. Is there any difference if I
Sorry.
just? Oh, it disappeared.
Hold on. Sorry.
Is there any difference if I just want the stand for a single claw machine versus the one that lets you put bulk machines next to it? Is that just a feature? So they can still buy the original one, right?
Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah,
think
they're
that's what
both on there. Yep.
So
Yep.
yeah, it's two separate stands. One just includes the extra bulk rack information. So yeah, you can
And
still get
for those of
the
you
one.
who asked me, oh, I'm sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. It'll
I was gonna
fit
say, you
any.
can still get the one with
Sorry, Matt. Go ahead.
it's one of those nights, guys.
Sorry. Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Go ahead. No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
I think what he was going to say is you can still get the regular one and you can get the new bulk one. You can choose on the website. The website's down below, scrolling at the bottom. But what I was going to say is a lot of people have asked, you can run any mini claw machine on these stands. So it'll fit the smallest 12-inch all the way up to the 14-inch. And people are also ordering them for their mini magic cuts and other mini amusement machines like that. So it doesn't have to just be mini claw machines. It can be any mini machines it'll work on. So
Yeah, it's really cool. That whole bottom piece is like completely adjustable to fit whatever machine, and that's I'm wanting to make sure I show that off in my video. And sometimes you need to maybe move the machine around a little bit to get it to fit just the way you want it to be. Because initially I had set it up so that the back wheels would be hanging off the back, but with the Candy Machine Super Mini, that puts the front rails a little bit too far up to the front. So
Yep.
I just made a quick adjustment and everything worked fine.
yeah, and so it depends because it's not as deep as the other ones, and so you can definitely make it work. That was smart. That's very
Although I
smart.
think the new Candy Machine Xtreme Minis are a little bit deeper, and I think there's a deeper one that's so it probably would work with the back wheels able to hang off for that newer version. I would think.
Does Amelia still have her costume on? Not. Oh, let's see if she still has. Because somebody asked about costumes, and Amelia's going as you like a Nightmare on Elm Street, or not Nightmare on Elm Street. Nightmare Before Christmas.
I like Nightmare on Elm Street better.
Me too.
I thought you came in there all Freddy Krueger ready to go.
Well, she was trying it on before I went on the live stream. I don't know if she still has it on, but she's going as on Nightmare Before Christmas. There's those 3 little trick-or-treater kids. I can't remember their names, but there's a little witch, and there's like a little funny mask guy, and then I think something else. But she's going as the witch and of those 3.
Okay.
So I don't know if she's still. She was trying on her outfit. It's this. Let's see if you can see that character.
Oh,
Can
cool.
you see that?
That's
Yeah.
cool.
So her and her other 2 friends are going as those 3 characters for. Let's see if she still has it on. Maybe she'll come show you guys. But she looks really cute. She did a good job. She has like a little purple tutu and then like her purple shirt. It's really neat. So she still has it on. Have your costume on. But I like the reason I brought that up is, let me see. Here we go. As I saw this comment.
Yeah. So Comp Magic says, do you find that the creativity of the costumes has also gone downhill? I feel like kids' costumes are now cookie cutter crap quality. You know what? Comp Magic, I don't know how old you are, but when Jonathan and I were kids, all the Halloween costumes were a vinyl suit and a plastic mask with a rubber band. That's how
I
it
was just
went.
gonna say, I was just gonna say, is like compared to what we had when we were kids, it was like Casper the Friendly Ghost with like the plastic
Yes.
drape and the little mask that you couldn't breathe out of because it was stuck to your
With the
face.
rubber band, right? Yes.
And they hurt. They would snap on your head and on your ears. Oh God, I hated those things.
So bad. And I can just remember the smell of that vinyl as you wore it, as you on Halloween night. It was crazy. But I feel like as we progressed, yeah, costumes did get better. But I haven't really noticed too much of a decline. And as you quote, what was it, just the lower quality costumes? I've seen some really creative stuff. Um, Even like David, what was it, a couple years ago? He did a vending machine costume for
Yeah,
Halloween. I thought that was pretty cool.
I put one in the Discord. I don't know if people saw it or not, but it was a TikTok of a guy, and he did. It says the claw, and it has his little daughter inside of it, dressed up as like a teddy bear or something,
Yeah,
and he's like
I did
he's
see
pulled
that.
her
I did see
around.
that.
I thought that was really cute. But I really think that there's a lot of stuff with costumes now, and a lot of decorations that we just never seen before that are just amazing. Some are really pricey, but I think the kids are somewhat creative. And then somebody else had a question here too. Um, Driller Deep
While
had
you're
a
pulling it
question.
up, I'll talk about one thing about costumes
Okay.
and kids and creativity. Like my kids, they were always super creative with their costumes, but the problem is they always wanted to be characters that like I had no idea who these characters were. And I'm talking like this was anime 10 years ago before like anime was, it was big in certain factors, but not like it is today. Like they're like, I'm going to be this anime character that you've probably never heard of, and
Right.
the costumes look just like the characters, but I'm like, I don't know who this is. And that's what I wonder if we're mistaking quality of costumes these days is just not knowing who the character is to know if it's a good quality costume or not. I
Right.
don't know. Because
So
unless it's 80s or 90s stuff, I'm probably not as familiar with it.
yeah.
All right, what comment did you want to highlight?
First was
Sleepless
one.
vending. When I was a kid in my family, my grandma's neighborhood always had a sit down in their driveway or garage for everyone in the neighborhood to stop by and get hot dogs and apple cider. That's kind of how it is here in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
My neighbor decorates his house probably just as good as you do. That's why I don't bother because there's no way I'm going to outdo him. And it's kind of funny because we'll actually a bunch of us will take all of our candy in big bowls and go over to there, and we set up food and some beverages and stuff like that in the garage. And we set out a table with multiple bowls of candy. When the kids come, we say, take one from some from each bowl because it represents that house and that house and that house over there. And then the parents are like, okay, we got some stuff for you back here. Like we have a good time with it. So it's
Nice.
kind of like that. We don't really pass out hot dogs, but there might be other things that the parents enjoy that we're passing out.
Down the street, the guy doesn't do as much decorating, but he
Mhm.
lines up. It's about 6 tables total, so 3 on each side of the walkway, and he has the big hot dogs like you get from Costco, and buns,
Yeah, yeah.
and he does chili. And so you can make a chili dog and like all the fixings on top of it, and then he does
Nice.
chips and nacho cheese and like all, so people can just walk along there and just grab a big plate of food, and it's all free. And people just go there and they get, so he's a really popular house too. Usually the parents probably because they're walking around, with their kids, and so they get a big old hot dog or a chili dog or whatever. But anyways, next comment.
Yeah. Next comment. Driller Deep 2.0 says, out of 300 kids, how many of them said thank you? Seems like less and less kids say thank you these days. Just an observation. I haven't noticed that here. Keep in mind, I'm in the South, and teaching kids manners is like big time thing here. Like every kid
Here too.
calls every person older than them sir and ma'am and please and thank you. Like that's just the way
They
it
do,
is
yeah.
here. So I'm not sure everywhere else, but that's what I see a lot here.
We don't get sir, ma'am, but we like the parents. Every single one of them is like, "What do you say?" Like you give you something, they're like, "What do you say?" Thank you, or whatever, and they all say that,
Mhm.
and they're very polite, and I think
Yeah.
that they appreciate the effort, and so they make sure that they say thank you, but we don't expect it. But the kids, I mean, when they're all dressed up, so cute, and they're like, "Thank you," you know, it's just like it's the best. It just warms your heart, and it's just so much fun.
Totally,
And they
totally,
can't
totally.
walk in the costume; they're walking like a robot, and you know what I mean. It's just
Yes,
it's the
yes.
best. It's
Like
so
Randy from the Christmas
enjoyable.
Story.
Yeah, and it just brings me back to when our kids were little, and some of the costumes we put them in, and because they wanted it, and I just that they're gonna make it like 4 blocks, and they're like, okay, let's go home, because it's just too hard to walk in this dumb costume. And I remember Sam one year he wanted a ghillie suit to be like a sniper, like that's what he wanted. And I told him, I said, you're
Sure.
gonna be hot because it doesn't get very cold here yet. And I said, you're gonna be sweating. Sure enough, like 30 minutes later, he comes back. He's like, I'm sweating to death. I'm so hot. And I'm like, he's like, I go, well, just take off the pants, maybe just wear the top or something. But he was just like drenched in sweat because him and his friends were running around. So,
It's funny
anyways,
you say that too. I'm originally from Northeast Ohio, and as a kid, we never knew what to expect when it came to the weather on Halloween. Some years there would be snow on the ground. Other years it would be
wow.
65 and humid. Like we couldn't win. We couldn't ever just have a comfortable Halloween. It was never right. We had to design our costume over possibly over a snowsuit or something like that. So that's one more benefit of living in the South for me now.
Nice.
Oh, that means we got another super chat coming in from Waco's Car Wash Channel, Elevators and More. It's a $5 super chat talking about those gas prices down to $2.34 in Texas. I think I paid $2.59 this week, and I thought that was a good deal, man. $2.34, Jonathan.
4.99. 4.99.
4.99. 4.99. Are you out of your mind?
It sucks. Yeah.
Yes. Dragon Hill Games encouraging Jen. She should hop on. No one cares if you're all goopy. That's a fun word for Halloween, right?
Yeah, put on your
Goopy.
pajamas and jump on. Nobody cares. We're all friends here.
Or
But
put
no,
on
I
put on
know.
one of those masks. You
Yeah.
could do that if you're worried about that,
Oh my
right?
God. So let's see. Man, there's some great
Looks like
people.
PA Pokemon Pool's in the house here tonight. He's telling some Halloween stories
Yes.
in the comments. I was laughing at the one. So these are some of those Halloween costumes we were talking about. His wife was Casper, Raggedy Ann, and My Little Pony. He had GI Joe, Optimus Prime, Transformers. I think I had He Man one year, something like that. Like those were the '80s costumes, and they all came. You went to Kmart or somewhere like that. They came in a cardboard box with a cellophane window on the front, and all you could see was the mask. That's how it worked. You kids don't know what you got these days.
Man, look at this. This is cool.
Yeah, PA Pokemon Polls also says we bought a house of the former owner of Pizza Joe's, which Pizza Joe's is a really good chain up there. He used to let people come in and get free pizza every Halloween. Everyone didn't know he moved, so on Halloween, people were just walking into their house. That's crazy.
That's funny.
That wouldn't
Oh
fly
my
well
God.
here.
So, here's a question about Yao. So we should address this too.
Yeah, Jonathan Weber wants to know, this may have been addressed. Is there a Yao drawing tonight?
So what we're doing with Yao is we're redesigning our giveaways with that. So we got all the people that are entered to win, and we're coming up with a new way of doing that, and hopefully some different prizes and stuff like that. So we're working on that as we speak, and then we're also doing, starting January, we're doing a huge push. So a lot of social media marketing and a lot of stuff like that to try to get as many people entered as we can. And then we're hoping to have a big deal at MBVA with it also this year. So we're trying to grow it is basically what we're trying to do. And for those of you who don't use it as an advantage to your looking for locations, you're missing out. So if you are been in the industry in a long time, or if you've have heard of a lot of bulk vendors in the past, they've always used the Children's Miracle Network or other things that they donate to, as you'll see a sticker on their machines. This to me is kind of the new Children's Miracle Network for vendors. because when you go to talk to locations about commission, this is a good way to get out of or to cut down on the amount of commissions you have to pay because you're donating back to a nonprofit. So take advantage of that if you're not. And then if you have questions about it or the write-off part of it, it's a tax write-off at the end of the year. So that's part of the reason, Sam and Amelia wanted to do it because they wanted to help other kids. But part of the reason that I wanted to do it was so people could cut down on their commissions and also hopefully basically get more locations with
Yeah, I
so
mean,
that
you got to use it as a tool to your advantage when landing locations, because you got to go in there and say, one of the reasons why I do this is to help raise funds for Yao, which helps kids get involved in, starting their own business or small businesses.
Yep.
Do you really want to say no to kids? Like, you got to
Yeah.
use that to your advantage, right?
So
And
this
there's the
is what
stickers,
people are
exactly.
so this is what people are putting on their machines, and when they go to approach and the people that are doing this that have been working with us, they don't pay, or they pay very little commissions because of this. So if you have questions about it, please send me a message or call me and I'll explain it, because it really works. And that's kind of what the old Children's America Network and stuff helped the vendors of old do, was to cut down on what they're paying because they were donating to a nonprofit. So then the locations were requesting less, or they had a better agreement with them because of donating to a nonprofit. So, which you should do anyways. It's a great write-off for your business at the end of the year. But anyways, so definitely if you have questions about that, let me know. That's something. But we are working on more stuff for that. And it's been kind of a whirlwind for us at the end of the middle to the after we stopped the live streams, we kind of went into full motion with a bunch of stuff in it. So not everything could be kept up as well as we would like it to. Let's just put it that way. So it's one of the things we're working on. So yeah. All right.
Also, while you're looking for the next comment, speaking of PA Pokemon pulls, I just ordered multiple boxes of bulk Pokemon from him again. So if you guys out there need Pokemon for your Pokemon vending machines or whatever, PA Pokemon pulls is the way to go.
Yep.
He gave me a great deal on multiple boxes. He's shipping them right to me, and it's kind of funny because I was getting everything ready for Halloween and for the fair at the flea market, and I was like, crap, I'm down to my last box, and there's I'm gonna run out. So I'm like, dude, you got some ready to go? And he's like, absolutely. So thanks again to PA Pokemon Pulls. Who is that in the stream?
Hey, I figured I might as well get on. I was sitting on the couch watching it.
You don't even look sick. You look great. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, well, thanks.
Let me
I
zoom
feel
out.
like crap.
Matt looks like he's like kissing the camera. Let me zoom him out a little bit.
I'm like way up in here, right? Yeah, zoom me out
so hold on a second.
Oh,
Sure,
I
I'm
went the
gonna
wrong
zoom you.
way. Go that way.
Let me zoom you out a little bit.
Yep.
There
I
we go.
love
go.
your
That's
Halloween
better.
conversation.
That's better.
I'm a big Halloween fan.
Much better.
Yeah, you know me, I go nuts for Halloween. I absolutely love it. And, I will go the day after Halloween and I go and get a bunch of stuff on sale for the next year. And then I belong to all the Halloween groups on Facebook. And so I'm planning I already have what I want for next year in my brain. So I go nuts. It's year round for me. I'm a little crazy when it comes to
I'm a part of a lot of Haunted Mansion groups, so I totally get the vibe.
Nice. Yeah, Gumball Gold says you're
Go
faking
all
it.
out. Yeah, I wish.
If you listen to her
I get
talk, you
sick
can
a
hear
lot.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. I fainted yesterday,
Yeah.
so I'm doing a little better.
Oh no! Did you fall?
No,
Did
I
you
knew I was gonna faint, so I
Oh.
laid down. Yeah.
Oh man.
So
Well, everybody's excited to see you.
So what you're saying is you didn't faint. You rapidly took a nap.
basically, yeah.
So
I called
why
my
don't you?
boyfriend. I was like, I'm gonna faint. Can you come help me? And I just laid down. I grabbed a pillow, put it under my head, and I was out. So,
Why don't you fill us in on your week? What have you been up to since last Wednesday?
I've been sick for the majority of it.
Yeah.
Since like Sunday or Saturday. But yesterday was my birthday, so we had nothing but cake, so that was fun.
Nice.
And basically just watched Netflix and just chilled. I've done like last week I did like 2 routes, so Thursday, Friday, and just doing what I can. I went rolled some quarters, and other than that, I've just been taking it easy.
Good.
So no big
That sounds like a
happenings.
great day. That sounds like a great day. Like
Yeah.
I think sometimes our bodies tell us when we need to do that. So maybe it's just
Yeah.
your time to do that.
Nice.
Well, I'm really bad at taking it easy, but I am really trying to
Same.
take it easy. It sucks to take it easy because it's like
I'm
you're
also
laying
really bad
there
at it.
and you're like, I have this to do, I have this to do, I have this to
Totally.
do, and it's like you're not relaxing. So it's like this counterproductive dichotomy.
That's me to a T. That is totally me to a T. Like I can never just sit and relax because I've always got so many things I want to do or get done. And like, if I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about, man, I should be doing that. Or like, you just can't
Yeah.
relax. I get it.
We
Lots
need
of
to
happy
get rid
birthday
of the
comments, Jen,
shoulds.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
1 year older. Yay!
26, right? 26?
Oh, yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I am.
26.
Nice.
Sometimes I feel like I am, but lately, no.
So, anything you guys have seen on Facebook this week or in the Discord or anything like that in the industry that news that you thought might be fun to talk about? Industry news at all?
Is that a baited question? Is there
No.
a topic you want to discuss? No.
No, not at all. No,
Okay.
there's a lot of it seems like every week there's new stuff coming out or something to talk about. So that's why I was bringing it up.
Something exciting I forgot when you asked me how my week went. I got a birthday present from someone,
Ooh.
and I'm really excited
Oh,
to get to use
yes.
it. And I ordered the holder for it. And
Speaking
so
of
the
And
holders,
J-Man.
that's
I wanna get
thanks to
into-
Matt too, because Matt was one of the ones that brought it up. Because I had been thinking about it for a while to get you something like that, and then Matt brought it up. I'm like, I'm just gonna do it because like you need one
That
really
was
bad.
so
And
amazing. I really appreciate it.
I really like the
You
white.
kept saying go to your parents and get it, and my mom had it sitting like with my mail, but like in this like special spot, and so I like showed up at her house and I was like, I hear you have some mail for me. She goes, oh yes, I do.
I like it.
Nice.
Speaking of the arm, like I hate my arm here because it's always in the shot, and I want to get a new arm. What arm are you using?
So I got
Am
mine.
I? Oh,
Mine is actually
go ahead.
from the same company that Jen's mic and my mic. So I got her the same mic that I got, which tonight doesn't sound that good for some reason. I got to figure out why, but the
No,
F.
yours sounds
it's-
good.
Oh, okay. Well, everybody says it sounds like I'm behind a shirt,
I
but
think it sounds fine to me.
No,
but
it's
maybe on the
Matt
stream-
that sounds like he's behind a shirt. It's muffled.
Oh, really?
He sounds
Yeah.
fine to me. I don't know.
John's
Anyways,
playing with my settings. So I don't know if he turned me down or something or what.
I turned you back up. I promise. I turned everybody back up. Everybody's at 100%. So yeah, not me though. I turned mine down a little bit, but
Okay.
Fafine or whatever the name of the mic is that I got Jen and I, they make a really sweet stand, and that's what I have, and I love it. And it's got
Send me the
the
link when you get a chance after
Yeah.
the stream, and I'll take a look at it. I need something
Yeah.
new.
yeah.
Did
This
you
one
get
is-
the one
this one-
that's coming up, or do you have the one that's coming down? I don't know if I've
You
ever
can-
seen your mic.
Mine's down
I got the
low.
one that's adjustable by both, but not all of them do that. It looked like some of them hold it upwards and some of them hold it downwards. But anyways, on to vending.
Yeah, sorry.
On to vending.
Yeah, on to vending. So, exciting stuff that's been going on that I've seen in the industry this week that I've seen on Facebook is Candy Machine's got their minis in. So they got all of their Xtreme minis. Those
Xtreme
came in.
minis,
So a lot of
yes.
people are waiting for those. Their new minis have a lot of new features that are pretty awesome. So everything from USB plugs built into the ceiling to They have a sensor for the prize locker, which is awesome, and some other things like that that just I haven't seen before. And I think that those are things that people have been asking for. And Andy did a good job of in the Discord asking people what they wanted to see, and then took those ideas and put them into the machines. And so the new ones that are coming out, pretty sweet. And I think it's going to be kind of the trend in the industry is to get more feedback like that. That
I think it's great too, because like how many people are hacking in cameras now? You can just plug them in USB
Yeah.
right there.
Mhm.
Yeah, right
So
in the
cool.
ceiling and our advertising screens and that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. So if you're running those, you just plug them right in. It's pretty awesome. So he's thinking outside the box, but then also allowing the community. Yeah, excuse me, I typed my microphone, but the community to become involved in the creation of the machines, and I think that that's something that Rainey's done for years, and it's helped her change the Mega Mini into something pretty awesome. And I think that the new Xtreme Minis and stuff are just going to get better and better. Same thing. So kudos to Andy for that, because I think that listening to what people have to say is a great way to do business and get them what they want, so they can get the repeat business too. So that was pretty cool. I was really excited to see all those features come out.
Well, it's kind of
What
funny
else
that
did I
you say
see?
that, because I'm actually in the Discord right now, and Gopher posted a great comparison image. Let me share my screen for that real quick,
Sure.
because it might be a cool thing to pop up here so we can look at. And it kind of shows you the differences between the Super Mini, the Mini Extreme, and the new Mini Extreme version 2.0. So obviously, they all come with a 2-year warranty. But one thing we noticed at the NBVA show that really stood out was the front LED lighting. So obviously that's not currently a feature on the Super Mini. It is available on the Mini Extreme and the new Mini Extreme version 2.0, which has the
Yeah.
larger prize box, which is the next item on the line. Looking at the pictures there, you can see the Mini Extreme version 2.0 has that bigger prize box on top. I mean, you can
Which
fit a
I
lot
think is
more stuff
kind
in
of
there compared to.
controversial. I personally like it, but I know that there's a lot of people out there when someone else brought them in first. People were like, "Oh my God, that's so ugly and that's so big. Why would you need that big of?" I think it's cool. I like
Yeah.
it
I think
personally
it's cool
because I
too,
like to
because
put a good prize in there.
I'm going to be honest. There's been so many times I've been shopping for prize locker prizes, and I'm like, "That's so cool, but it's too big. Like I can't
Yeah.
fit it in my prize lockers." And like,
Hmm.
so
It's
there's that.
like us trying to stick stuff in our old golden houses. It's like you can't
Yeah,
fit anything in there, and
Oh,
luckily the new minis and the new mega minis, like you can fit
yeah,
nice size prizes, and then now you got this huge prize locker. But
yeah.
one thing that I
So
wish
all the rest.
that go ahead, sorry.
Oh, go ahead. I
No,
was
no,
just going to
no.
say all the rest of the things on this list is all a feature of the new Mini Extreme version 2.0, but not a feature of the Super Mini or the Mini Extreme regular. So we can talk
Yeah.
about each one of these things for sure. But go ahead and say
Well,
what you were going to say.
I was gonna say, me personally, I really feel like there's a few things on this list that should be included in all of them, just from being a vendor, from a vendor point of view.
Sure.
Like, I really feel like every single machine should come with spare parts. I just think that that's pretty much a given, and I know that when you're distributing machines, you get those parts quite a bit cheaper than what you sell them for. So including a few extra parts, even just an extra joystick, an extra button, and maybe some switches and stuff or something. I think that kind of, to me, the things that you maybe need to be replaced on these machines quite a bit is something to include with them. That's just my personal opinion. I think that would be nice to see that all three of those have that. I can see not
Sure.
including the claws because those are pricey, and it may not be beneficial to him. But I really feel like the USB ports, like in the future, that should be something that should be on all of his machines, just because people are.
I think they will. I honestly think
Yeah,
they
and,
will.
and I think he sells a lot of all three models. And so for people that, I don't think they'd buy a machine for a USB port. I think they'd buy a machine for a bigger prize locker and, extra claws and maybe some of the other cool features like the better lighting and stuff. But I don't know necessarily like those kind of upgrades to me. I feel like in the long run, like not right away, because I'm sure that when you put something new out, you want to push that new item, and you want people to get them out, so then they start putting them on Facebook, and they start putting them in the Discord, and they start promoting them for you, because that's your new stuff, and you want to promote that. So
Yeah,
I could totally get
absolutely.
why putting those features only on the new thing is the way to go in the beginning. But I think in the long run, for longevity of people and return customers coming back, that like seeing the, like having, the hinge coin door, that should be on every machine, honestly, because those are things you're always in there all the time,
I agree.
either, yeah, doing settings, or adding things so you can test it or whatever, like those kind of things, the volume knobs, all those I think should be just kind of a standard on the Super Mini. And I think that
Sure.
that would, for being a little bit pricier in the market for a mini, I think that that's what would set you apart from the other people, is that you got a better product with more features. And I think that that's what's going to sell it, me personally. And I think that the features he brought out are phenomenal. I think they're awesome. And
Yeah, I think this
you
is a
know,
great start, and I think we'll see this on all the new machines going forward. Honestly, like you're saying,
I hope
these
so.
should come out.
Yeah.
I hope so
Yeah.
too.
And I think you'll be buying, you have to justify the cost for people to spend more money
Sure,
on something. But
sure.
I mean, a larger prize locker alone, for a lot of people is a good selling point, because a lot of people are buying those standalone prize lockers because they are larger, so they could put bigger items in there.
Yeah,
And this allows you to do that
totally.
without having to buy a $400 prize locker, or whatever. You're getting a better machine. And I think it just makes it stand out. Like when you see a giant plush or something inside one of those things, it's a big, it gets the kids talking for sure. So, but that would be my only thing, is I'd like to see these all the way across, a lot of these features, not all of them, because there does, when you go to buy like a pickup or whatever, you have your different levels of the pickup for a reason,
Sure,
and there has to
sure.
be upgrades, which makes sense to spend the extra money. And I think it,
And quite honestly, I think just knowing how trends work, I think we'll see probably the Super Mini sunsetted, and like the Mini Extreme be the mini claw machine going forward. Like you'll see new versions coming out, and the older versions kind of fading away, so to speak.
yeah. Well, I think that for sure, like, the old minis, like the old Super Minis, having that one little window below the prize locker that really isn't, unless you want to put a display or a sticker or something on
Yeah,
that
you're
window.
talking about this section
Yeah,
right
there's really no
here.
point for that
Like
anymore. And I think that,
there's totally no point in that.
yeah,
You can
and
put prizes in there for viewing, but nobody can
hmm
win them. Nobody can do anything with it.
yeah, it's a
I've
good
always
spot.
wondered why it wasn't like turned into something else.
It could have been, yeah, and I think that was maybe the plan, but it is a good spot to put, win this prize above by finding the key. It's a great spot for that
Yeah,
sticker, and then you can not have the sticker on the glass of the door, so then you can see more of the inside of
sure.
the machine. Or
Well,
if you're running an
I feel like
advertising screen,
I feel like whoever originally designed that machine probably thought of it as like a live view display of some of the prizes you can win.
yeah,
Yeah.
Like for bulk vending machines, Jen. When you have a live view or a live display, things usually tend to sell better than just a paper display, right? Do you
Mhm.
do
Yeah,
you
I
typically
agree.
see that
And that's
sometimes?
what I used it for
So
at first, as I would put machine or I would put product there. And
yeah,
that's I would kind of like display like some of the best items up in that top area.
that's what
I
we did
just
too.
hope that like something that Kevin did for a little while was the machines that didn't have prize lockers, you could buy prize lockers to adapt to your machines.
Yeah,
And then
hmm
they ran out, and so I have two that still don't have prize lockers that I would love to upgrade. But now that there's the new prize locker, I would love to be able to put that one on them instead of
oh, totally,
the
totally,
older
yeah, for
one.
sure.
Yeah,
yeah, especially the ones with that little window, because then they're also a little shorter. So then it'll
yeah,
increase the height of it a little bit. But no, but I think the new one looks great. The features on it are awesome, and I know that he's continually asking, at least in the Discord, and I'm sure on Facebook too. I haven't seen much on Facebook, but in the Discord, he's always asking for people's, what kind of improvements would you like to see? And I think that's awesome. And coming into an industry that he's never been in before and asking for help is the smartest way to go. Like, help me make the what you
Totally.
guys want better. And that was a super smart move. And I think
well,
that this
especially as
is,
someone that doesn't run a route on a regular basis, where you had before we had Kevin and Harris, who both had experience with running around,
Right.
but getting good knowledge from a vast amount of operators. I mean, it's genius. That's what you should do in like any
Totally.
industry. You know,
Yeah.
use the best knowledge
100%.
out there and bring it to market.
Well, and there was it was funny because I used to run a fairgrounds. I was a CEO at the fairgrounds for years, and the board hated one of this maintenance guy that had been there for like 35 years, and they hated him. They're like, "You need to fire him. That's the first thing you need to do." When I came on, and I actually worked for him when I was 19 at the fairgrounds back when I was a kid, and I said, and they kept telling me, and so finally at the meeting, they asked me to fire him, and I said, "I'm not firing him." And they said, "Why?" And I said, "Because," I said, "if I go out there and I say, 'Where is this wire run?' He'll walk out there and he'll go out to the ground and he'll go, 'That wire runs from here to there, and this is how deep it is,' and whatever." And I said, "You can't get that knowledge from anybody else. Like nobody else is going to be able to tell me where all the skulls are buried out here and how to find, everything that I need to do." So I said, he's my best friend. I'm not going to let that guy go for sure. But I think you're only as strong as the people that work for you and for the knowledge that you can gain from other people. And I think what he did was absolutely brilliant. I think that should be what everybody does going forward, because I think that also what's great about the Discord is there's so many different people from so many different types of businesses and careers and all this stuff that may have ideas that, being a route operator, you never would have thought of. But there could be something that somebody comes up with that you're just like, blows your mind. And that happens on a weekly basis for me. I'm always learning something in the Discord. So,
Totally.
yeah, it's very smart. So I love the new
I know.
machine. I think it's going to great. So go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I think there's gonna be one on display at IAPA. Now, I know Candy Machine doesn't have a dedicated space. I think they're gonna be sharing spaces with other vendors like they did last year. I know they were in with the NIAX space last year, so hopefully we'll see some of these machines on display. I don't know what Andy has up his sleeve, but I think we'll see some good things. Hopefully.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of good things, and then also MBVA in March. There's going to be a lot of new. I know Rainey's coming in March too, so I mean, there's going to be a lot of really cool machines to see at MBVA too. So if you can't make it to IAPA, which we were going to talk a little bit about that, I didn't know if you wanted to bring up your screen again and kind of go over a little bit about IAPA too. But let me check the comments here and see if we missed anything while you're
Yeah, go ahead
looking
and
that up.
while I prepare that, go and let's check the comments, see if there's anything we need to address in there.
Well, I know one thing. I sent them a text that I got them gumball socks for at IAPA.
I know.
So
I'm
those
gonna
girls
wear
must wear
I'm gonna wear them up to my
gumball
knees.
socks.
Let's see. Oh, this is a good problem to have. Let's bring this up here. Go ahead first. David or Matt's looking at something. So it says this happened twice recently to me. Oh, go ahead, Matt. I can't read it with my microphone in my face
Sure. All right, I'll go ahead and
or
do
my
it. It says
camera.
this happened twice. This is Dragon Hill Games, by the way. This happened twice recently to me. I have a new location that I work for months to get. The owner seemed unsure and took a long time to commit. They must be talking
Okay.
about wishy-washy
Then there's
owners
part
or
two to
something
it.
like
Yeah.
that.
Then there's
It
part
happens
two.
a lot.
Oh, there's a part two.
Yeah.
All right, part two says, now the machine has been there for 1 week and he asks me to bring in 3 more and make a mini arcade. What to tell him? What kind of location is it? I wonder. Is it going to
Yeah.
be a popular location? Like that 1 week, did you see really good results? Does it make sense to
Yeah.
bring in more machines?
So personally, I would, if you can, try to do different variations of machines. So there's like mini magic cut. Like if you're gonna keep trying to keep them all mini, go with a mini spinner. A clip machine. Maybe a mini magic cut and a mini. Or if you can afford to go a little bigger, do like a medium sized claw machine and a mini and maybe a spinner or something like that, or a clip machine. But try
So
to
it
mix
says
it
a
up.
farmer's market.
Ooh.
A farmer's market. So I wonder if it's like it closes during the week and it locks itself up. So I mean, it
Yeah.
could be good to have different areas covered with minis.
Yeah, variety is good. That's kind of what we were talking about. The claw stand, the bulk claw stand is you want to bring variety and different things to keep people playing, and that's what those people that run FECs, they're running those arcade games not because they make money, but it's because it keeps the kids circulating around and in the play area, trying different things to keep them to go back to the claw machine where they really make their money. But the arcade games aren't there to make them money. They're there to keep the kids occupied while they're there buying food, buying alcohol.
Something
Not the
else you
kids,
have to
but the
think
parents
about
buying
with
alcohol.
those farmers markets, unless you're in a big tourist town, the majority of people that go to the farmers markets are repeat customers. My family used to do farmers markets, and you see the same people week after week. And so sometimes, unless you have a good variety of things or there's a lot of traffic to make stuff kind of change, you're not going to get that same amount of money every week. It's going to be the same people coming in. And if your machine's the same, you're just going to get the same, you're going to have less results every week. It'll just start to dwindle. So you may consider that.
Oh, sorry. The one thing that I would think about is if you wanted to add more machines for any reason, is to maybe do them on opposite ends. So like where they walk in one way or they walk in at the other end of the street, because usually farmer market's like on one street or it's in a block or whatever it is. Like try to reach the people that may only come halfway in from one side or halfway in from the other side. Try to get them on both ends and maybe have one on each end or something like that. Then that would make sense. But you're also going to be going and setting it up every week and dealing with all that. So the least amount of machines you bring and the least damage you have to do to them to deliver them there and everything else.
Your time is worth something.
Yeah, it's definitely worth something.
Totally.
So, but anyways, let me see if there's any more comments before we get into IAPA. Jesse has a question.
Jesse says, is there going to be an option in the future for custom mini claw machine wraps?
So I can do them. Jesse, I don't think this is the Jesse that's E3 vending, possibly, but maybe it is. I don't know. I don't think it is. But E3 vending does custom wraps for people. We can do custom wraps for people, but our time's worth money. So I've never done it before. People have asked me and I don't even know what to charge. I have no idea, but I have all the templates. I'm working on the new Xtreme Mini template right now, so I can try to get some wraps out for people, but I can definitely help. Oh, Pepsi Jesse, yes. Okay. So I can definitely do that, or I can get you the template, or in the measurements, and you can do it yourself. But Rainy only requires you to order 4 machines to get a custom logo or a custom wrap on it. So I jump on that. That's a pretty awesome, most people it's like 10 to 50 before you can start doing custom stuff on the machine. So I would definitely jump on those. And but yeah, so it is doable. It's just time consuming. Like each one of the wraps that I did took about 40 to 50 hours per wrap. So that's how much time I had to spend on it, because it does take a lot of time and a lot of effort. So it takes a little bit of time.
Remember, this is high res graphics that we're talking about, because
and people don't value that the way they should.
Well, it also too, I was using my old Mac when I started, which was from like 2014 or something. And so it was like, like save that, and it's like crawling. And so, once I got the new Mac, finally, it went a lot quicker, but it still takes about the same amount of time to do them, because they're large files, and you're diving in deep to get details that you need to do. And so it's time consuming.
And then also using stuff that like you have license to use, or drawing your own stuff to put into it. It's not, I mean, your time designing it, but also the ideas that went into it. There's a lot of stuff that people don't get. And I think that the people that have designed stuff really need more credit.
Yeah. It took me, I'd never done it before. So it wasn't until like the 3rd or 4th one that I'm like, I need to go back and redo the first 4 because I totally did them wrong and I had to go back and redo them again. So it does take a lot of time.
Well, that's why it bugs me so much when people like knock off artwork. It's like, you could just get your own idea.
Yeah.
Anywho.
All right. Take us on a tour.
So we've got IAPA info to talk about. Now, you'll notice there's a countdown on their website. 2 weeks, 4 days, in 2 hours. Now that's until probably November 18th at midnight. So that's not when the show actually starts. But one thing I wanted to clear up was any confusion about the actual dates. So you'll notice here the dates run from the 18th through the 22nd. And Monday, November 18th is just Education Day. So the actual show floor will not be open to the public that day. That day is the start of the IAPA event, but it's for all the IAPA members and anybody that pays extra to attend their seminars and all that stuff, which I'm not, I don't, Jennifer, I don't know if you go to the IAPA seminars. I just go to the NBVA seminars, so I don't go to the IAPA ones.
I actually thought about it this year, going to one
Yeah.
or two of them, but I'm not.
We're going to
Yeah,
be
so I've
busy
never
this
been to
year,
the
Jen.
IAPA. I just
Yeah.
go listen to the best seminars from the president of the NBVA.
Yeah, those are the best
So
ones.
those are the best ones. Anyway, though, so if you're looking to join um, us in Florida for the IAPA show, um, we're all, at least I myself, and I know Jonathan, you're using Monday the 18th as your travel day,
Hmm.
and then we'll actually be attending the show on the 19th to the 22nd. And I don't know that we'll be there every day, but that's the show. The actual show, where you'll go and see the exhibits and all that stuff, is only 4 days, so it's not 5 days. So I wanted to clear that up first because I know in my videos I've been saying November 18th to the 22nd, but the actual show floor days are the 19th to the 22nd. So I want to clear that up first.
My advice would
All
be
right.
real quick before you go on. Sorry.
Yeah.
If you're not buying machines, like if you're not going to because a lot of people buy the machines in the booths, like they go there just to purchase them, and get deals on stuff. If you're not really worried about that part of it, skip the first day. Like go do some stuff or go later in the day because it is a zoo. Like it is. You can't even walk down the aisles, like it's so busy.
It was
And
day one was very busy. Yes, it was very
yeah,
busy.
so I mean, go a little later, when everybody's kind of cooled off and they all gone back to the hotel or whatever, and you can spend some time talking to people because you can't talk to anybody. You can't walk in the booth and spend time with any of the people because there's so many people in the booths that you don't get that one-on-one time to ask the questions that you want to ask and stuff. So if you're really going to worry about walking around and making your feet hurt for 3 or 4 hours, do it on the second day and spend some time with these people because that's what you go for, is to make deals and
My feet are going to be really hurting by the time I get to the show.
I bought
I
myself
get
some
in on the
Hokas.
11th.
Oh, geez.
Some Hocus.
Hokas.
Right. So yeah. Obviously, Tuesday, the first day, it's super busy, but it's really cool. And if you're, I think, like Jonathan said, if you're not interested in buying machines, which I'm gonna be honest and upfront with you guys, a lot of the machines there, guys, the manufacturers or the exhibitors, they already have people kind of probably already reaching out to them about buying their machines there. It's a lot more difficult to buy a machine at IAPA than it is probably the NBVA. Because I know, like at the NBVA show, I see sold signs go on the machines as the show is happening, but they're usually already sold. So
Yeah.
if you aren't interested in buying a machine, reach out to those manufacturers or those suppliers now. Ask about what might be available, and if you can, talk about if there's a certain kind of machine that you're looking for, maybe you can make a deal prior to the show.
And real
But I
quick,
actually took them.
oh, sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, go ahead. Finish. No. I thought you were done. Sorry.
I was gonna say I took home 2 machines last year that I kind of prearranged with candy machines. And one thing I will say is getting them from the actual show floor to your vehicle is challenging because
Sucks.
either it sucks. That's the
That's what
best
I was
word
going to
for it. It
say.
totally
Yep.
sucks. Because there's 2 ways to do it. If it's a small enough machine where you can carry it out, then you can skip a lot of the red tape. But if you have to, if it's not one where you can carry out, if it's a bigger machine and you need to pull up a truck to load it, that's going to take forever. You're going to wait in lines, and it's just there's all kinds of paperwork involved. It would have been crazy. Luckily, I got the electronic bulk machine and a mini, so we were able to carry them out. I'm using air quotes on that because you couldn't just carry them, but you could wheel them out by yourself. But like, there's so many like blocked off areas you can't drive to, and so many curbs and all kinds of craziness that you got to get those machines over.
Well, they
Mrs.
have a
Gigi and I were
Yeah,
Go
it's a
ahead.
union.
Yeah, they have I was gonna say they have the contract with the union, and they're
Right.
required. You
Yeah.
cannot touch the machines if they're over a certain size, or
Correct.
depending on what the booth is and the arrangement with the booth or the location. Like, because I dealt with this last year because I was with somebody
Yeah.
that was getting a bunch of machines, and
Sure.
it was a
Sure.
nightmare. And we were there
Nightmare.
for, I mean, well, how many hours was I there before I even got back to you guys? Like 4.5 hours or 5 hours after the show
I feel
ended.
that way. Yeah.
Yeah, and
We
then I
were halfway
finally,
home.
yeah, I was like, okay, I finally left. So I wouldn't even recommend it, honestly. I'd wait till MBVA and
Yeah.
get stuff.
I mean,
And
it's kind of a pain there too,
yeah, it is true.
I'm
to be
sure it is. I'm
honest.
sure it is. Honestly, like after the last show, Dawn and I were like, we'll just pay regular price for a machine and not worry about this. Like that's, time is money. Time is money, guys,
Yeah.
and just keep that in mind. It's a giant pain.
Pers-
Yeah,
Personally,
Keith, I know
oh,
Keith.
God.
Keith was there last year. He got the quick play key catcher. In the comments. It took him 4 hours to get his machines out last year.
Yeah.
4 hours for how
Well,
Well,
much
I
of a
one
weight
year
pers-
it took
savings?
us like 6 hours to get out of the amusement expo,
yeah.
NBVA. It was,
What you need
That's
to really
nuts.
look for, guys, in our advice, and Jen will tell you too, is go there for the plush deals and the free
Yeah, the
shipping
plush deals are
deals,
great. Yes.
and that kind of stuff, and that's what you want to get a jump on. So like if there is like for example, we love the stuff from AA Global, but we just can't get the shipping over to here. But they do free shipping at the show, so then all of a sudden that opens a big door for us to get stuff shipped over to California or
we haven't
whatever.
announced what the special is this year, but I think it'll probably be
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah. We'll see.
So
We'll see what
I
their
tried to
specials are
get
going to be.
I tried to get the scoop, and I couldn't get the scoop.
They wouldn't even tell the
Ah,
NBA president. That's
wow.
that's messed up.
Well, I
That's
need to
messed
probably
up.
call Brian, but I asked around the different sales
Um,
ladies.
while we on the MVVA, you want to tell them about the meetup at IAPA?
So it's going to be the first night of the show floor, so that'll
So
be
Tuesday the 19th.
19th. And it'll be, I don't know, we still haven't figured that out. I don't have any changes from last week.
Is it required that you are an MBVA member, or if you want to become an MBVA member, can you come to the meet, or is it only MBVA members only?
I don't see why people couldn't come. If I'm gonna be buying stuff, I would love it if it was NBVA people. But if other people want to come and get to know some people and then join, that's what we're really
Yeah.
trying to have people join our organization and like network. And so maybe that's your putting your toe in the water and meeting some of the nice people that are a part of the organization, and then coming to Las Vegas in March.
Yeah, if you're on the fence, is what I was thinking. Like, if you're
Yeah.
like, hey, I really want. I was thinking about joining MBVA, and because you can join MBVA anytime. You don't have to wait till the show to join MBVA,
Correct.
and we're
Well,
always
and we
working
haven't
on.
put out for 2025 yet. So if you're considering it right now, you might wait a month until 2020, till we have the 2025, because you'd only be a member for the last like 2 months. So you might as well join for 2025. As much as I would love to have the organization take your money, that's just what I would recommend. I mean, every little bit helps, but we would
Yeah.
love to have that membership for a full year for you.
Jesse, Apple Industries is the photo booth people. You're asking what
Yep.
Apple Industries is. So that's the. I
That's
don't know
why I
if you've
clicked
seen them
on
or
it.
not.
Exactly.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah. So they're the really cool photo
It's not the
booths.
iPhone people.
They
Yeah,
do
they do
these
the Disney photo
cool.
booth.
Yes, they do a Disney photo booth. They do a Marvel photo booth, and you basically can get you go in there and take a picture with like Marvel people in the picture. It's really cool, and then they print out like a normal photo
Yeah.
booth. But that's what that is. Sorry. Okay.
And I think they're the only one that has the license. I was sitting right in front of the lady at the Betson show, and she kept spewing off different details, doing her sales pitch. And it was like one of the only ones with the Disney license, one of the only ones that can be in, I don't know, theme parks or something like that. And she had this whole list of things that they're the only ones that can do certain things. So it's a really cool one to check out.
Totally. So obviously, there's going to be all kinds of vendors that I'm excited to see. I'm sure there's plenty of vendors too on this list that you all are excited to see. So I thought maybe it'd be fun to just kind of go around a little bit in kind of our areas and talk about some of the machines we're looking forward to seeing, or maybe some of the new products we're looking to see from specific vendors. I know the first one that caught my eye when I scrolled all the way down to the bottom was S&B Candy and Toy Company. S&B had some. I think they're the ones that had that black box machine,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
They
they
have the
always have
big
some really
plushy
neat stuff there.
ducks.
Yes,
Yep.
the plushy ducks.
Yeah, so if you need
Some really
stuff,
cool
reach
stuff.
out to Brando. He's in quite a few different groups. Son of the owner, he's a really nice kid. Not kid, nice
Hmm.
guy. And they have good deals on different candy crane mixes and duck mixes. And um, I really like their like big plushy duck. It's like a 6-inch duck.
Totally.
I've been liking that. I've been putting it in locker boxes.
Nice.
But that's a good one.
Another one that really always stands out is LAI Games. So they've been in the industry for many years. They're famous for their stacker game, but also they also have a lot of really great racing games these days. So definitely excited to see what they have on display this year. I know too, as we get closer and closer to the show, last year they were giving out free passes. So anyone out there that is looking for a pass for the show, follow LAI Games on Facebook and watch their updates. Maybe they'll do it again. You never know. So check that out. But what about you guys? Is there anyone in particular you're looking to see this year to maybe see what kind of new machines they have available or what might be out there that might catch your eye?
I always like stopping by Watch Time's booth just to see stuff in person.
Yeah.
Um,
He's
he's
got
one of
good
my
stuff.
favorite people.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
I always like to see what new licenses Good Stuff has for sure because they're always adding licenses and they've got all
Mhm.
the name brand plush, the license plush, and then I want to see what Fiesta has this year because I got really excited in their booth last year.
Speaking of
Um,
which, I loved the Fiesta booth last year, and I've been searching all over on the list for it, and I can't find it. So I'm wondering
oh,
if it's going to be there this year.
they told me they're gonna be there when
They
I
did?
saw them
Okay.
at ASD. Yeah.
Maybe it's just under. Oh, wait, here it is, right here. I've been looking all over for it. It's been right here the whole time. There it
there you
is.
go. Nice.
Fiesta.
And there's World Plush right
Yeah.
next to him. Yeah,
Oh
they're good to
yeah.
look at too. Mm-hmm.
Is it
World
Peter?
Plush Inc.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Peter.
Yeah, there's a
Very
lot
cool.
of plush people there. Um, what else is I'm really
Yeah.
excited to see? I want to see, and I don't know if they'll have it there at the show, but I know Kiosoft has a new reader coming out in December, and I don't know if they'll have it at the show or not. But they have the new model of the VQM that's coming out that's supposed to be touchscreen. So I'm hoping they have that there so I can see it because I want to see that. And then I always stop by Nyax. I always stop by that booth, check out and see what they got going
Sure.
on. What else do I usually go see for sure?
Speaking of
Um,
which, I saw on the first day, I think the last, or maybe 4 to 5 on the first day, Nyax last year provided beverages, and I think they're going to be doing that again this year.
yeah.
So if anyone's interested in that, I think 4 p.m. Eastern time at the Nyax booth on the first day.
Mm-hmm.
Where is 112 or 121?
Down.
121.
Right.
121.
Who is it?
It's Watch Time. I was trying to
Watch
figure out
time.
where his booth was.
This map sometimes drives me crazy because you can only click on it and move things
There it
around. If
is.
you
Stop
click
right
on
there.
one,
Bottom left hand corner or right there. Left, 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 left
Oh,
against the
okay.
wall. Up,
Over kind of
up.
by the
Right there.
bathroom.
that
Yep.
tiny little one right there.
Yeah.
Okay,
There
cool.
it is.
He's
Good
got
eyes,
good
Jonathan.
stuff.
Good eyes.
Yeah.
Oh, it's right
So
next to
these are fun.
the Bad Dog Tools. I bought some of those, and afterwards, I read reviews on how horrible they were.
Oh,
Interesting.
I haven't used them actually because it like it upset me so much that I don't know. I need to try them out. Um,
Interesting.
but yeah, the reviews were terrible. But it was amazing what he could do with those drill bits. He could go through anything with them, and then his like grinder wheel. Oh my god, it was amazing. I bought it
Hmm.
hook, line, and sinker. I sat there for like 20 minutes watching him do his demo. It was
I'm
amazing.
gonna have to go check that out for sure.
There's
I know,
Neofon's
like
booth.
last year. Last year it was my first IAPA, and it was so overwhelming because it's different than NBVA, guys. So it's the show is so much bigger, but it's not all like vending and claw machine stuff. It's so much more than that. But like when you
Mhm.
first walk into this place, like the same thing happened to me at the NBVA show. Like I was like big eyed, like a kid in a candy store. But this is so overwhelming, and there's so many things happening, so many lights, so many sounds, so many smells, so many different things. I mean, there's
Bless
just
you.
everything coming at you in every different direction. So it's very overwhelming. So like there's a lot of stuff I missed last year that I want to spend more time looking at and looking into this year. Because I felt like I was just a pinball bouncing around last year. You
I
remember,
Jen,
think
Jonathan,
their
question
you
for
were
you.
there.
Yeah.
ETU was there
Yeah.
too before the show.
Jen, question for
Mhm.
you.
Yeah. Have you bought any machines from Moss Distribution? Um, I have not personally. I don't know what you need to know, but they're a legit company. Um, I know quite a few people that bought from them, and they come to our Oregon Amusement Operators Association meetings. It's I'm trying to think of that guy's
I
name,
know I saw it.
but
Here it is. What
they've
kind
been
of
in the
machines?
business
What kind of machines do
forever.
they sell?
Sometimes they have better deals than Betson. Um, Someone that I
Corn up.
know in my area
Okay.
buys a lot from them.
Oh, you know one thing I do want to see that I can't wait is the new John Wick pinball. I have to see it in
Oh,
person.
it's
Oh, down at
beautiful. It's
Stern.
beautiful.
Yeah,
Actually,
I
the
want it
X-Men
so
is
bad.
a lot cooler.
Really? I
Yeah, the artwork, I love that his dog is in the picture on the John Wick, but the X-Men is a better play. Yeah, so there are BTU hours at the DoubleTree by Hilton at SeaWorld. So if you don't know what a BTU is, Betson puts on classes and you learn to solder boards and take apart computers. So if you do have a need for learning how to fix different amusement games, it's a really good program. And then one of my friends is one of the teachers, and he's probably the most brilliant tech that Betson has under their arms or under their wings. Sorry, I can't think.
Yeah.
And like Brian is the go-to man at Betson.
He's amazing.
If he can't
Yeah.
fix it, no one can. And so you'd be learning from him. I've taken their class. I really would like to take it again just to see what new things he's brought to the program because when I took it, it was someone else. Um, Still haven't gotten my t-shirt. It's been 6 years, and I tell them every time I see them, come on, I need my Betson University t-shirt, but still hasn't happened. But you gain lots of knowledge. They are going to do it before the amusement expo in Vegas as well, but it's a pretty in-depth class. I know some of our members took it in Portland, and how it was described to me was 30% was stuff they actually wanted to use, but it only took 1% to pay for their class as far as the knowledge they gained.
Mm.
And it, you never know when that knowledge might come in handy. So, something to think about if you're close to Orlando and can go a couple days early. It's the 18th, 19th, so it does kind of cut into the show a little bit, but it's two solid days of the show. And I don't make anything by sending people to it, but it's a good program. I
So it's
highly
2 full days.
recommend it.
Can you do you know the approximate cost for anyone out there that might be wondering?
It's kind of expensive. It's like here, let's look and see if it has a price. I think I paid 1,900 for it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's $1,995.
So
But I
2K.
have to tell
Let's
you,
just do
so
2K.
it was sticker shock for me to pay for that, but I would pay it all over again to take that class.
So you
Um,
found value in that?
so much value. And especially if you're new, I don't know of another program that is like one on one, hands on. They give you a computer, they have you take it apart, they have you figure out how it goes back together. They talk about using your meter, they give you a meter, they have you solder parts together. They like have little challenges. So, like, they'll maybe make a fan go bad. And so they work with you on how to kind of fix these little things. And then at the end, you take a test to kind of like show that you've learned this knowledge. I got 100%. I was pretty excited about it. But it was just a really, really great class. And I wish there would have been more stuff on cranes, which I've heard that they've implemented that. But 6 years ago, they more had it for people doing like driver games and stand up arcade games. We did a little pinball, but not much. I've heard that they've also implemented some stuff from Stearns into the program. But I mean, it's something to look into if you're into that kind of thing. I think that you'd really appreciate it, Matt.
Yeah, I almost wish like there was an aptitude test you could take though, because like I've learned a lot over the years. I've been messing with games for
You know a lot.
But
at
something
least
that
15, maybe
I
20 years.
learned is there's learned knowledge like you from doing it, and then there's the correct way of doing stuff.
True,
because
true, that's true. Yeah,
because like my grandpa used to like slap stuff together and like do
yeah,
stuff, like I learned to weld or solder from my grandpa. Well, going to
mhm.
this class, I learned that he would do it in this weird way. And if
Sure.
I were to continue doing that in that way, it could mess up a board. Or so I think that being taught by these professionals that um, have been taught to do it in the proper way, I think there's a big difference in like a proper learned knowledge and a I did it on the job and learned taught myself how to do it or
That's
watched a
that's a that's a
YouTube
great
video.
that's a great point for sure. Great point.
So, but I thought I'd bring that up because I do think that that is a benefit. As if you are going to that area, might as well look into it. Sometimes they do offer ones that are closer to home. Like they did one in Portland, they did one in San Diego. But yeah, so that's what I got on that topic.
I'll have to look more into that because that does sound interesting. I would love to see what I don't know and see what I can learn more and take away from something like that. That would be
Well, and
very
you can
interesting
ask
for sure.
questions. So if there's a thing that you want to learn or be
Mhm.
better at, I'm sure that you could ask questions. And like Brian is one of the most amazing techs that I have ever seen. And everyone always is like, yeah, he's the best. He literally is the best. And he was going to be a teacher. So it like it's up his alley to like, teach and be the best tech. So it's like a match made in heaven. So,
Totally.
So we've got 2 minutes left. So real quick
oh
before we
wow.
go, I want to cover a couple things that Matt could take us out. But don't forget,
Sure.
IAPA's coming up next month. Get your tickets, get your hotel, come see us. If you're an MBVA, make sure you remember there's a meetup the first night of the show, that Tuesday night. And Jen's putting it on and she's
TBD
doing a
on
lot of
location.
work.
Yeah. TBD.
Yeah. Yeah, TBD on
Yeah.
locations, but she's spending a lot of time and effort on it. So please, if you are an MBVA
I kind
member,
of have it
please
narrowed
come.
down to two places. So we should know more soon.
Okay.
Cool.
Then also, MBVA is coming up in March. I highly recommend put $10 a week away or something so you can get to MBVA because that is by far, we think, the best show that you need to go to. And it's very important to join and be part of that too. Other things, don't forget, we're giving away 4 advertising screens and one of the new bulk cloth stands. So make sure you guys sign up in the Discord for that. Really simple. If you Discord member, go in there and sign up to win 4 individual screens and the new bulk cloth stand. Make sure you join the
I want to win
Discord.
all of them.
I know, they're pretty sweet. And then we have new stuff coming out too, which you're going to be very excited about. And then Make sure you guys join the Let's Talk Vending Facebook page if you haven't joined that already. And anything else I didn't cover? School. Yes, we didn't even talk about school tonight. So join the
So we'll talk more
vending.
about that next week for sure.
Yes. So join the Vending Academy. Yes.
We've been
Okay,
having
that's
fun.
it. Yeah.
So on. Thank you
all
guys
right, Matt,
so much
take
for
us out.
watching. We appreciate you taking the time to hang out with us and ask us questions and give us comments, and for all the super chats and for all the likes and all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys. Have a great night.
Bye.